Hi guys, if anybody's joining me, hold on. I have to send out uh, the link to everyone on email. And that should have us up and running. I see a live video. I see Restream. And I see your chat. Billy, I'm open to either. I have Restream and I have Discord. The only problem is I can't see OBS, so if my camera locks up or does anything funny, I'll not know it a moment sooner than you guys. Okay, so what are we doing here? Let me give you guys a little debriefing first. A little background on how we got here and what we're doing. I haven't even turned on the real camera. This is the patron only, and if anybody can verify that Twitch isn't up and running, I'm wearing pants, Joa, and we can be that casual though. So a little bit of background. 6 months ago I started doing live streams with the pit stop and various different races, and I learned some things about the show, about our hobby, our sport, our community, and about myself. I learned a little bit about doing shows after doing them for, 10 years I've been doing this. I've done hundreds, countless of reviews. And I can say one thing in common, no matter how far you go back in time, they're always scripted. And it would take me a very, very long time to write these elaborate scripts to review products. And although I've always been proud of my writing skills and my ability to write a good script, it could take me 3-4 days, honestly, of just writing a script for something as simple as a pair of headphones. And it took a long time because I was very critical of myself and it was very difficult for me to do. Doing the live streams, doing the pit stop, being able to talk to you guys, interact with you guys, and the patron group, and all the things that have happened in the last 6 months have really opened my eyes to how I really envision things could get, how I want them to be. I love doing the live stream, but doing 8, 9, 10 live streams a week takes an immense amount of time, and you add to that a 4-day writing a script procedure, editing, testing, filming. The review side of the show has taken a huge hit, and it's important to me to maintain what we've always done and do more. Well, the bottleneck for me in doing reviews has always been the writing process, as I just described to you. And one of my thoughts was, what if that could be eliminated, and how would the show deal with that? So with that said, I wanted to try doing a live review. Instead of writing a script that would take me 4 days to do so, I wanted to be able to just bullet point out, just like David Letterman used to do his show, and then he'd throw the cards at the camera. I'm not going to do anything like that, but I wanted to bullet point the main things that I didn't want to forget. And the reason I never went live in the past was because I didn't want to miss a beat. I took great pride in the thoroughness, the quality of the reviews, every one of them I've done. And I wanted to maintain a certain amount of that. I just wanted to eliminate that 4-day writing process, even though I know that sounds kind of obscene in terms of timing. Ooh, Jesse got some cool toys on his way. I hope my sound is working. I hope everything. You guys are on the live cam mic. Terrible microphone for this. But I'm going to be plugging in my lavalier. And we're not always going to do this long-winded intro. I'm letting people show up. I'm also giving you this disclaimer because, again, this is new. I have to tell you, this morning I woke up at 4 a.m. and I have a little bit of anxiety about doing this. If I can't make it look the way I want it in the end, I'm not going to be happy and it will be a waste of time. So this is a real beta. You guys are along for the ride, and you're going to have to give me your opinion. The other thing is, at the end of the show, I want to get you guys involved. So right now I'm reviewing the headphones that are normally plugged into this computer that I would be able to jump on Discord and communicate with you. I have a cell phone over there that I can do the same. At the end of the show, I'm going to jump into the Sean on-air chat channel, and I want to take some questions from you guys, and I think they will get recorded on the stream. I'm crossing my fingers, but that's something that we will work out next time. You like the background. Thank you. That's something else. I am really trying to put a little more attention into everything. This is alpha, beta lighting. I'll make some adjustments after watching the review, after watching the edited piece. I'll make some other adjustments. I have some ideas from some other background fodder. I might bring back the colored table. I'm not sure yet. I'm back and forth on that one. A lot of decisions to be made, but I am putting a lot of attention into it. But getting back to the point, doing the review live, I'm going to film this for you guys via this. And at some point I'll cut away, I'll put my mic on, I'll get my camera ready to go. You'll hear me do my live intro, and then I'm going to go through my bullet points and do the review. And then at the end of that, I'm going to turn to you for any comments, questions, things that you think I missed, things that I should have talked about and didn't. Then we can cover those. You guys are helping cover my ass, which is even cooler. And then you guys will be the only ones who get to be part of and see that version of the review. From there, I'm going to go into the editing bay. I'm going to chop it all down and make it look just like a regular review. Big difference being the 4-day writing process, no longer part of it. So, with that said, are you guys ready? Are you ready to do? And the other thing, and no offense to Thrustmaster, but I chose a headphone review for the simple reason of this. It should be fairly simple, a good testing platform versus El Bucho's OSW wheel, which is so important. Not to say that headphones aren't important, or these aren't important, but I figured it was a good testing ground. So, that is it. That is my whole disclaimer. You guys can make any comments you want along the way. I will be looking in the chat. It seems like we're all using Discord, which is cool. That's fine by me. I can see it, and we will work with that. Anything you want to say? Anything, any comments you have? I mean, this is a really different kind of review. I don't mind even getting distraction if I can see it while filming. I know even though I'm going to edit it and clean it up and add, now that's the other thing, all the B-roll, all the close-up beautiful shots that you know that I like to do on the show, they will be in the edited version. So, there you go. Yes, they're Simpit orange. That's very, very, very relevant. And I can't help things that go on outside of my studio. What can I say? But we will give it a moment before we go live. So, I need to get the main camera on. That's the other thing. I have not figured out all the settings. It looked dim on the viewfinder. Yes, El Bucho, I'm using the new camera. So that is super duper exciting. So let me get plugged in. Let me get that camera on. Even though I did get everything set up, I'm going to re-white balance. So you guys are going to have to bear with me. You are, you know, kind of like part of the filming crew right now. You're part of the production team at this point. And that being a big part of being part of the pit crew and the patron team, because it is only you guys who are going to get this opportunity. This is footage that will never be seen by the world outside of our unlisted link. So bear with me. I'm turning on the camera. If you guys saw, well, you guys should have seen the unboxing camera. And it looks like everything is exactly as I left it. My world's not quite as square as I'd like it to be, but we'll have to work with that over time. I think it's good to go. I just need to do an audio check. Shoot, I even have a remote. Where's my remote? There it is. Alright, and I hope this is cool, you guys. I mean, and if it isn't, then we won't do it in the future. Or, you know, because it's like, anyway, I could film this live with or without, you know, interaction, and without you guys watching and streaming it live, so to speak. So, it's only if this ends up being cool, to be honest with you. And I'm nervous as heck. I might have to do some restarts. You might see a mental breakdown if I lose it and can't maintain a certain composure. Billy and John, I have like 15 pairs of Adidas sweatpants. So I'm looking at my volume and it looks good. It looks like it might be peaking just a little bit. So let me make one adjustment there. New camera, everything's new. I hope it films well. I know it will when I get it all dialed in. I hope it films well today. Bear with me, I'm just making an adjustment to the volume. Mic level. Test, test. How do I see manual? There we go. Test, test, test. Test, test, test. Test, test, test. Wow, this thing's loud. Test, test. Test, test. Test, test. Why is it test? It seems to be peaking no matter what I... Okay, test. Only when I yell. This is the Simpit. I'm your host, Sean Cole. God, that seems really loud. This is the Simpit. I'm your host, Sean Cole. I mean, I left it on auto and it didn't look very happy. Okay. Oh, you guys, I'm totally freaking out. It was my shadow. Testes. Testes, 1, 2, 3. I honestly, I have not been this nervous for a show or a review ever, perhaps. Okay, this cannot be in view, and I really don't need it anymore. Oh, you guys are hearing a different mic. Billy, I don't know. I didn't... Yeah, I was standing next to the camera. You guys should be fine right now. That I've tested. Oh, look at this. I'm like... Don't let me forget to hit record. Okay. Sorry, you guys. It's recording. Lighting looks good. Set looks good. Here we go. Oh, I gotta do the broadcast news trick. Any of you guys who are streamers, in case you've never known the broadcast news trick, you want to do you want to sit on the tail of your shirt so it keeps the collar up nice and tight. You look athletic. Okay. Do a dab to relax. Not sure that would help right now. Okay. I am... So when I... Did you guys hear that Snoop Dogg owns the largest grow option in the operation in the nation? Little side news. So, you guys ready? I think I've dilly-dallied enough. Dilly-dilly. I think I should leave these down and look down. And when I'm done, I can do this. Oh. I turned off autofocus. We're locked on. Oh, is that on the autofocus? You guys are on a different camera. I can switch that. Hold on. Let me make sure that camera is on autofocus. Or not on autofocus. It is, of course, because Logitech sucks. Okay. Oh, my fabric is still wrinkled. I don't like that. Just get the first take out of the way. All right. Sorry. Y-350 CPX 7.1. Now, I'm going to make one more comment before you guys see me go down. I know at certain points that I'm going to install B-roll, so I don't even mind looking down at my notes. And you know what? I don't give a shit about that anyway. All right, here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1. This is the Simpit. I'm your host, Sean Cole, and today we are doing our very first live filmed review of the Thrustmaster Y-350 CPX 7.1 surround sound headphones. These headphones are really being marketed towards the gamers of us out there, and they really are cool in the sense that they are all-in-one headphones. They work on the PC, they work on the Xbox, the PlayStation, they work on your tablet, and I've even used the things on my cell phone. They are powered headphones, and that is a good thing because it means they are capable of ear blistering type volume to the point that I could say that I rarely turn them all the way up, if ever at all. They feature 2.4-inch 60mm drivers. They have a Y Sound Commander, which is an affiliate between Thrustmaster, Texas Instruments, and AM3D, and that they call virtual surround sound. Now inside the box you get everything that you'd expect. You get the headphones themselves along with their cool cloth braided cord in Simpit orange and black or orange and gray. You get the Y Sound Commander module with its cord, a microphone, a splitter, which is how you get the PC connectivity versus the 4-point connector, 4.3.5mm connector on the end of the regular cords. You also get a USB charging cable, which we'll talk about how it all goes together later. Now, let's take a look at these and what you really get in terms of for your money. Oh, and I didn't cover that. They do go for $99.99, $100, and for a pair of powered headphones, that's not a bad deal, but they're not super cheap either. So taking a look at the headphones themselves and what makes them special, or the things that you need to know about the way they work. They're made of a high-grade plastic on the exterior, kind of in this gray and orange finish. They have a metal interior or spine, whatever you want to call it, and when you pull them out, you get about 1.25 inches on each side of additional length. Now, when you go down the arms, you get to these pivoting ear headset covers. What do you call these? What do you call the ends of a headset? But each earpiece has a pivot that allows it to really align with your head very nicely, and it feels very solid in its construction. I will say they are heavy duty, but not terribly heavy in weight. They're not lightweight, but they're not as heavy as they look, to be honest with you. In addition to the pivoting bottom, the earphones, or the cups, they actually go up and down as well. So between that, you basically get all the articulation that you need to get them nicely aligned on your head, which is pretty cool. The ear cups themselves is kind of a pleatherish type of a covering with a good amount of padding. And what's important to a lot of people is how big is the interior? How big is this space that goes around your ear? It's about 2 inches on the ID of this, and they stand about 1/2 inch from the face of the actual speaker or the hard portion of the ear cups. On the left side is where you're going to find, on the left side is where you're going to find the keyed position that holds the microphone. Now, the way the microphone works, it plugs in, and it's flexible. It's about 7 inches in length, and it's got a pretty good amount of memory, but a limited amount of range, all within the distances of maybe where you'd use it. It doesn't flip up out of the way entirely, so I found that it's always kind of dangling a little bit in the way, not too bad. Also on the left side, you'll find that cloth braided cable along with a clip to go onto your shirt, and that 4-prong 3.5mm connector that goes into the Y Sound Commander. Now, the length on this cord right here is 41 inches long. So that means from your head to the Y Commander is 41 inches. This thing isn't heavy, but it is something that you have to take into account. So that plugs in like that, and you can use the clip to hold it wherever you need it to be. Now, let's focus in on the Y Sound Commander. The Y Sound Commander, it's like about 3.5 inches. What did I put? No, 7 inches long. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The mic was 7 inches. This is, I don't have a measurement. It's about 3 inches long. We'll have to cut that portion of the show out. The Y Sound Commander is also made of plastic. It's pretty sturdy feeling, and it also is in that cool gray and black, or gray or black and orange, just like our Simpit colors. On the left-hand side, you've got the master volume switch. It's a dial, I should say, with a little plus and minus. You've got the on and off switch, the master power switch, and you can see my little light will turn on right when I turn it on because it does already have a full charge. On the right-hand side, you have the bass volume. So the bass has its own individual volume knob, and it goes up and down just with the dial on the opposite side. On the front, or the face, you have the 7.1 surround sound. We're going to talk a little bit more about their 7.1 surround sound in a moment, but you can turn that on and off. You can turn the microphone on or off, and then it also has a great feature that I love in headphones, and you're not going to find this in all headphones, but it does have the ability to hear and monitor yourself through the microphone and the ability to turn that on or off. But that's nice. Sometimes if you can't hear yourself, you can't know what you're saying. It's really weird. Some people like it on, some people like it off. I find at different times, oh, I forgot to sit on my shirt. I broadcast news, John. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm not looking at much of the chat while I'm doing this, but okay. On the top, you have the plug, and that plug is what is going to accept the headphone side. And then you have a cord on this end, also that braided cord, with the same plug on the opposite end, and this one adds an additional 21 inches of length to the overall length from your heads to your computer so far. In addition to that, you get this splitter here, and what this does, so if you're using a cell phone, a tablet, something that is already accustomed to a 4-prong 3.5 millimeter jack, what you have is a left, a right, a microphone, and a common ground are the pin layout here. And that's very normal for like a headset for a tablet where it has a microphone on the cord. But in PCs, we are accustomed to separate jacks. So it comes with a splitter that makes it PC compatible this way. And now it's going to go into the typical green and pink jack on your PC. Now these are powered. And like I said, that's a good thing. Powered headphones can offer a lot more volume than non-powered headphones. And as I get older, it seems to be a bigger and bigger concern to me that my headphones can play loud enough for me to hear what I'm listening to. This cord, which is way longer than the end of the other cords here, I'll show you, is the charging cord. And they will work while charging, or you can charge them up and unplug from this. But I don't know why you would need to, because you're going to have this going to your computer anyway, and then this ends up being that much longer. So that's sort of unnecessary wire, just giving you the mapping of putting it all together. So that is pretty much everything. Your total cord length going to the end of the speaker, or the wires into your PC, is 94 inches overall, and it takes about 3 hours to charge these suckers up. As far as runtime, I haven't found out. They've always lasted longer than the amount of time that I've actually operated them. So let me do one thing real quick here. I need a drink before we move on to the next section. How was that, you guys? Opinions, thoughts. I'm about to move into my initial thoughts of driving, which is all going to be ad-libbed. I don't even have notes for that. What I want to do is straighten up my desktop real quick so that when I'm filming that point, because a lot of that portion right there will be covered in the B-roll, close-up shots of this being adjusted, plugged in, into the back of the computer, all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm talking about. And then for this, we'll come back to me. That's why I don't mind taking a small break, getting a drink so I'm not too clammy. What are your thoughts so far? How is the flow? Did it seem thorough? Did it seem natural? Is there anything you can think of that I didn't cover? No, yeah, you are watching a slightly different angle. The angle is very similar, maybe a little bit more. I have the camera just above and looking down a little more than you guys. Very similar field of view and very similar angle because it's literally right below it. All right, Nick, I could do that maybe in the future. That'd be kind of more modern. The other option would be having a PC monitor up on the table with me. I don't have anything to prop that up, do I? Yeah, I do. Okay, sorry. No, thank you. I have to remember not to screw things like that up. Ah. All right, we ready for part 2? From there, I moved into the pros, cons, and then the bottom line. But I'm going to start off with just talking about them and how they were comfort-wise. Thrustmaster. I wanted to keep that one note up. Y-350 CPX. Thrustmaster Y-350 CPX. That's one of the hardest parts. Yeah, and I think chopped down, this will probably be the camera froze. Thank you, Franco. Ah. It sure did. Okay. We are going to have to come back. I'm going to stop. I don't know if you guys can still hear me. No, mine froze too. Shoot. I know where I'm going later. What happened to OBS? Yeah, it's locked up.